Yo, what up, YouTube fam? This is your boy, man. This is C-Spec Kurt. I'm out here, man. We're working on the Audi Rs7, man. And it's been one thing here and there, not too crazy, but what we messing with today, man, is I'm not sure if you ran into this issue yet, but from what I've been seeing, it's pretty common with these Audis. The center support holder that holds for the drive shaft, center support for the drive shaft, the bushing just pretty much goes crazy, and then you start having a little thudding going on under your car that makes everything just sound horrible. Okay, so you definitely want to take care of that if you have that issue, because you wouldn't want that vibration to cause any other drivetrain issues, such as your seals or such in your differential or your transmission or anything like that. So this is what we got, man. We got the Audi R7. We got it up on jack stands. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you pretty much how to go about doing this job on your RS7, as I've seen videos online seem to involve A7s, and the process is somewhat different. All right, so online it says you don't have to take this stuff off here, but for the Audi RS7 you do, because you have this bar. It goes across the rear of the vehicle, and one side is underneath this, so you have to take this off to remove this side from both sides. So you have to remove this cover to remove that bar. Then you have to remove this cover because you have your crossbar here, which has this little flap on it. It goes across the vehicle, and these outer portions are underneath this cover here. So you have to remove this cover as well, so that you can get the center support off, the center carrier support off, as well as this cross rear support. All right, mine looks like they've been a little bit beat up, but that's first thing first, gang. Get these bars removed. You're gonna have to remove those panels, and then the next thing you want to have to do with the RS7, because it is not open as the A7s, as you can see, it's completely enclosed, so you have the exhaust tips there. So when you get ready to lower your exhaust, it's not as easy as just lowering your exhaust. You have to move it out the way. So this is what we got right here. This here is the exhaust for the Audi RS7, and luckily, man, it's assembled where you can just simply remove a sleeve, push that sleeve forward, and the whole pretty much cat back exhaust drops up out of there. Okay, so all this comes out. As you can see, I had exhaust work done to remove the secondaries or resonator up out of there, so we got that out of there. But before you go about doing anything as far as removing any type of exhaust hangers, make sure you disconnect this sensor right here on both sides for the exhaust. Okay, hold on 1 second. Get rid of this horrible elevator music. I'm on hold. Okay, gang. Make sure you disconnect this sensor here. Now, the way you disconnect the sensor, as you can see, it slides in right there. You just kind of pop it out of there with your fingers or a flat tip screwdriver. You want to try to do it equally on both sides so that you're not breaking the nail or breaking that plastic tip with a screwdriver. So you're going to pop it out on both sides, and then you should be able to wiggle it off of the exhaust valve flap. Same thing for this side. You got a harness right there that has to be disconnected. Disconnect that harness, guys, or you're gonna have other issues. Okay, so get that. Once that harness is disconnected, you've already removed the crossbar that goes across the underbody to right here. It goes in a V like such, and you've already removed the carrier case support, the carrier support that goes across the drive shaft well. Once you remove that, which can be found right here, As you can see, it has all these mounting points there and there. Get that disconnect, get that removed. And after that, you'll be able to drop your exhaust gain. So get that removed. And you can slide back up top there. Disconnect your sleeves. And you do so with a drum roll. Oh man. And as you can see how my car is supported by 4 jack stands. You want to get some good height up under here. If you got something you can lay on that rolls around, that's even more, that's perfect. You're gonna need a 1/2-inch socket to remove the exhaust sleeve to loosen it up. Once you loosen it up, you'll be able to slide the sleeve forward and let this front lower down slowly so that it can hang as such. And the rear portion, guys, is a little heavy, so use your legs to support it. But you're gonna have to remove this. You're gonna have to remove this hanger if you have your resonator in here, which I didn't. And you're gonna have to remove this hanger right here, which is gonna be supporting your exhaust. Okay, so that hanger right there. Once you remove that, there's nothing else holding your exhaust except for the rear hangers, which will be located right here. One there. And one here. So I'm not sure how hard it's gonna be putting these babies back on, but definitely something I'm prepared for. I might have to go to the store and rent some pliers, some exhaust hanger pliers. But we'll tackle that when that time comes. I'm looking like, man, this would be a perfect time. Just go ahead and throw a cat back up under here and get rid of this stock stuff. But I don't know, I'll go online and look, see if I see something that I wanna put on here. If not, just hold off until a more appropriate time. All right, so the reason we're under here, guys, is because we have the issue with the drive shaft. As you can see here, this is the issue. Now, when you're driving, you got this doing all this kind of crazy stuff. You see the type of, you don't want that. All right. This is a long drive shaft. So, it can have its effects on everything from all that play. So you definitely get that taken care of ASAP. Okay, so let me go ahead and drop this heat shield here, which you're gonna have to drop 10mm. Everything as far as the covers that I removed is 10mm. On those covers, when you remove them, this cross member flap, this center carrier cross brace, it has one push in tight plastic tab that you're gonna have to break off because it has a little push thing in the middle and there's no way to pull it out so that it'll release. So you're just gonna snap that one off, get you some replacements. You can order them online or contact Audi, get some more. But other than that, everything's 10mm as far as the covers for the underbody. 1/2 inch right here for this exhaust. You're gonna need a 6mm for the cross support here. The 6mm is gonna handle that. This tight right here, as you see. Yep, 6mm Allen key. Don't use the round side, guys. That's how you round it out. Use the, actually, I'm sorry, you're gonna need an 8mm. You're gonna need an 8mm to remove the cross support here on the Audi RS7. Now for the other Audis, I'm not sure, maybe different, but Audi R7 today is a 8mm. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and remove this heat shield, gang, so stand by. All right, gang, check it out. We have removed the heat shield, as you can see. And this is the issue. I just loosened up this right here, so never mind the fact that this is loose. I loosened it. All right, gang, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna loosen this up, man. I'm gonna take this loose, and instead of having to cut through 2 layers of metal like dude says on the video, I'm gonna loosen this. I'm gonna slide it up. I'm just gonna cut one side. I'm gonna cut here, I'm gonna cut over here. So I just gotta cut through one piece of metal. All right, work harder, you know. So I'm gonna loosen this baby up. Yes, the drive shaft is going to drop a little bit, so support it as much as possible. There we go. As you can see, that's how much support this thing brings to the drive shaft. It drops down pretty good. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to slide this up. Right here, I got plenty of space to get this at an angle. I'm going to make a cut right here, break that free, and then I'm going to rotate it over, and cut right here, and be able to pull this right on off. As you can see, it's already cut away for me. I didn't have to do anything. And after that, I'm going to shave this down right here in the middle. I'm gonna make this middle smooth it down, just barely. I want to make sure it still have a nice firm fit in the new holder. As you can see, you really don't even gotta make two cuts, gang. This metal is super lightweight. You can pretty much rip it on up out of there. If you would like to brace your own heat shielding so that you don't puncture it, but you can pretty much just pull it on out of there from this point. Give it a little bend, twist, and it's out of there just like so. One cut. And then you can cut this up out of there with a razor blade or something of such. So as you can actually see, this is a piece of metal too. It's a thin piece of metal. So you don't even have to cut this rubber. It'll pop right off and pull it on off of there from that point on. And that's it. All right, gang, check it out, man. I got the cutoff wheel right here. We're gonna use my Dremel. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crank the RPM up. Make sure you're using proper eyewear. Don't wanna get anything in your eyes or anything. Be careful with your hands while doing so. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place this and kind of support my Dremel in my hand against the body of my car, so I can stay in one position, and then I'm just gonna rotate the bearing around and try to cut it like so. So let's get to it. Alright, gang, as you can see, we got quite a bit of rubber cut off there. Let's rub all that off of there. Alright, so as you can see, we still got our little lip there. You know, it's nice and smooth. We just want to take away any type of off balance issues. That don't really matter because it's going to be fixed anyway, but just trying to make it as even as possible. I got it the wrong way. It's gonna go like so. It's gonna go like this, and then it's gonna go up like that. Okay, so let's rotate all this around. So gang, as you can see, we got the drive shaft support carrier in place. Excuse me. This is how everything looks. Nice and secure. I'm happy with everything going on here. Nice and firm, as you can see. It's made to have a little, you know, it's meant to absorb so you don't feel it in the cabin or anything. Now they do have a stiffer bushing that'll give it even more firmness than this right here. Different bushings to firm everything up, but you will feel a lot more too. You feel a lot more in the cabin. So I'm thinking, hey, my car was holding up real nice with the stock one, and this is higher performance than stock. You know, you can't go wrong with this one. So I got this in here now. This is the street version. They have the off-road version or whatever it's called. So hey, it is what it is, man. So at this point now, I'm going to go ahead and get my heat shield back on. We're gonna go ahead and start throwing all those panels back on that I have over there that I cleaned up. Get those babies back on, and hey, stay tuned. And we're making progress, bro. We're making progress. This is what we're looking like right here. Check it out. All right, so I got my heat shield back on right there. Heat shield and cross member. Remember, this is the reason why you have to take all this underbody paneling off, because this goes up under the underbody paneling, and there's only 2 screws on the heat shield. Once you remove the underbody paneling, the forward screw hole right here, the body panel has a screw for that, as well as on this side over here. So I'm gonna have to move this one. This is for something else. I'm gonna have to put that somewhere else. The body panel has screw holes for everything except for this one here. So I got one here and I got one here. This extra one goes somewhere else. So I'm gonna take that off and get it out the way. But in the meantime, man, let's continue to get this thing together. I'm hoping to get everything thrown back on here very shortly. I'll show you the process, so stay tuned.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, what up, fam? We finishing up right now. Currently, I got pretty much everything put back together. I just got to throw on the little V-shaped bars that go at the end. Got a yard full of kids out here. All kind of noise and stuff, man. But let me just show you where we at. This last little scene I'm gonna shoot right here for you guys, so you can see. I got the exhaust thrown back up there. It's actually pretty easy to get the hangers back on with my hands. You know, just had to press against them, and it eventually slid right on there. And then I had to take off my cross member, man. I forgot about the cross member. I put it up there first, if you probably already seen, and then I had to drop it back down to get this on there. Hey, thanks, man. And other than that, fam, that's it, man. That's all to the videos. It's your boy C-Spec Kurt, man. We just replaced the drive shaft support. And yeah, that concludes the video, man. I think next thing I'm going to be doing is replacing my motor mount on the passenger side over here. All right, so stay tuned for that. I'm about to go ahead and throw on the crossbar that goes from here back there to where the spare tire would normally go. Gotta put one on both sides and then put this little cover here on both sides, and that's it. It's a wrap. Hey, yo, this is your boy C-Spec Kurt, and I'm out of here. Peace.